What is up, everybody? It's your boy Rogue here, bringing you guys another discussion topic today. So, I was scrolling through Zodiac Duel looking for Yu-Gi-Oh ideas, and I saw a post where people were talking about Yu-Gi-Oh should bring back in mulligans, or Yu-Gi-Oh should add in mulligans. Now, for you guys that don't know what mulligans are, who may have not played other card games, mulligan is essentially when you draw your hand, like in Yu-Gi-Oh, for example, we draw the first 5 cards of our hand. You shuffle your hand back into your deck if you don't like your hand, and then you draw another hand minus 1 card. At least this is how it is in other card games. Now, in Yu-Gi-Oh, mulligan probably won't be the best idea, and here's why. Yu-Gi-Oh is a game that has too many FTKs, OTKs, and the reason why these FTKs and OTKs are not running rampant right now, like for example, I played against my boy Marcelo at Locals last week. I got hit with a Doom King, that Kali Yu-Gi-Oh OTK that pretty much when they set up the board, bring out the Kali Yu-Gi-Oh with the whole setup, and a picture will be on the screen. I can't describe it right now. And when he hits the field, card effects can be activated for the rest of the turn in general. So it's a lingering effect. Yu-Gi-Oh has way too many good lingering combos like that, burn combos, etc. I think, well, I ain't gonna say I think, I know because I've been playing the game for so long, mulligan will be a bad idea for Yu-Gi-Oh. However, with that being said, if Yu-Gi-Oh did do mulligans, they would have to do it in a way where you'd keep it'd just be not a good idea. There's a lot of back and forth in the discussion topic thread. Some people are saying mulligans won't do anything, mulligans is a bad idea, kind of like what I'm saying. Some people are just telling other people to get good. And this topic of Yu-Gi-Oh getting fixed, or Yu-Gi-Oh needing to be fixed, has been in the community for a while now because of the current format and everybody complaining every week. Your favorite YouTubers, hell, it's one of my favorite Yu-Gi YouTubers that I watch. Same thing, Yu-Gi-Oh sucks. I mean, I've done a video, Yu-Gi-Oh TCG is dying, and here's why. So there's tons of topic and discussion in the community about the Yu-Gi-Oh players from the OCG to the TCG, and I'd even argue, hell, even Master Duel, that they're unsatisfied with how broken the game is. And when I say broken, for you new kids that don't know what the term broken means, how unfair the game is with certain combos, decks, and strategies. In my opinion, Yu-Gi-Oh need block format, and here's why. Now, block format, for you guys that do not know, is a format terminology used in games like Pokemon, Magic the Gathering. I'm pretty sure some other card games does it as well. And essentially what it is something called set rotation, where everything becomes banned at the start of the year, and then the company like Konami, for example, would release a core set with pretty much all of your staples that have been heavily used over the past couple of years. Let's say, for example, Ash Blossom, reinforcements of the army, even though that's not like a staple. Like your effect veilers, the cards that are very popular. Let's say, for example, they say, hey, in this core set, we're gonna release heroes and etc. Now, reason why I believe, the reason why card game companies do this is because they release the core set so that way a lot of the older cards don't lose value, but they also release the main set for the season. So let's say, for example, if you're playing competitive, for example, like I know when I used to play Naruto, because Naruto did it as well, you would ban everything at the start of the season, the core set would drop, giving you everything that you can play from the previous season to the new season. And then, of course, you got to buy the new set, invest in a new deck, and play and build upon your new deck every set, because every set was designed to add support to the first set. So by the time national season rolled around, the archetype that you picked up is pretty much fully fleshed out and developed, and now everyone gets to see what the real best deck is. And the reason why I would like this in Yu-Gi-Oh versus what we have now, because if you think about it, guys, we have that now. Everyone always says Yu-Gi-Oh don't need block format. That's the reason they still play Yu-Gi-Oh. And I would argue a lot of those players who say that don't even play competitively. Most of the time, these players just go to locals and that's it. Like, I do like the fact that I can still pick up my hero deck that's been okay at best for the past 8 years. And yeah, there's players who top with it. Hell, I do good locally with it, just haven't done anything big with it. But I'm realistic to say, like, if I want to play Yu-Gi-Oh competitively, I would much rather pick up a new deck if everyone had to pick up a new deck versus, you know, just sticking to my old deck and just playing it out. Because you're going to have to do that anyway to try to do well. Yu-Gi-Oh is a game where the way it's designed right now, we're in intense power creep, and it's to the point where you can't even play the game and enjoy the game without having to worry about some stupid FTK, OTK abusing cards in the past. If let's say Konami implemented this, right? And let's say they did it slowly without eliminating the TCG modern format just to keep people happy. Let's say, hey, Konami said, hey, we're gonna try out a YCS where we're doing block format where we have a core set. You can only play with what's new for the next couple of sets. Build your deck, go to this YCS. Do you guys know the creativity we would have in a format like that? Because for one, unless Konami just design the new sets poorly, so for example, when I played Naruto, obviously they would make new sets that would have cards that are similar power levels to older cards, but since they don't have to worry about looking into the old, because Yu-Gi-Oh! Biggest issue with card design right now, anytime a R&D person who worked for Yu-Gi-Oh! Let's be real, I'm pretty sure they don't get paid good enough to do this. Yu-Gi-Oh's been out since 1998, 1996 in Japan. There's thousands upon thousands of cards to look through, hundreds of thousands of cards to look through. It's gonna be obviously it's gonna be unrealistic for somebody to design a cool card and archetype without having to worry about something from the past coming up and making it broken. With block format and or set rotation, even though we're kind of in a pseudo set rotation anyway with the way the game is currently designed with the intense power creep, they can design a more balanced format with cards and decks that won't be overpowered. So that way when we actually play our game, so for example, if Konami had block format now with the current setup, Yubel wouldn't have to be as powerful as it is. It can still be a powerful deck, but it won't have to have things like Phantom. Phantom can be a card that you have to bring out with polymerization. Tenpai, for example, they could have made Tenpai more toned down so that way they don't have to compete with decks from previous years that is just overpowered. And if they make the new decks weaker, you might as well just play the old decks, and Konami don't make any money anyway. So Yu-Gi-Oh! I say I would have to say this, man. I know not a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are going to disagree with this. You guys are going to think I'm crazy, but think about this. Would you rather play the game where it's currently at right now, where power creep is never going to get fixed, it's to the point where it's too broken? Or would you rather Konami say, hey, we're going to do set rotation. If you guys want to bitch and complain, quit the game. We're going to put our foot down, do this set rotation. We're going to make things right, make decks more fun to play, make the game more balanced. Yes, you're going to have to invest money to play your hobby because it is a hobby. But the benefit is more balanced formats. Cards shouldn't be as expensive. Yeah, you may argue, well, people are just buy out the new sets and build their decks. That's true. But if Konami alter the ratios, alter the rarities, we're gonna buy the stuff anyway, and we're gonna invest in the stuff anyway. And this also gives me the opportunity to introduce more balanced structure decks. So that way, if people say, hey, I wanna play in a new format, I can't build a good deck right now because I don't have money to buy into the deck. Guess what? Buy these 3 structure decks, you can still somewhat compete with a little bit of stuff from the newer set. And guess what, guys? With a block format, aka set rotation, you could still have a ridiculous modern type of format where everything goes from like no ban list and have it as a side event at a big event. Like, I will be jumping for freaking joy if Konami ever say, hey, look, we're implementing set rotation to fix the game. We understand the game is unbalanced and unfair, and we hope you guys are gonna stick to it, at least give it a shot. And I honestly believe if you guys gave it a shot, a lot of you guys who say, oh, I want to play my shit deck from 20 fucking years ago, would actually enjoy the game because you guys get creativity. You guys don't have to worry about games ending in one turn if they design it right. Now, they could just say, oh, screw you guys, design it poorly, and we'd be in a toxic tier 0 meta. But if you look at how other games like Magic, Gathering, Pokemon, and etc. play, or at least when I played Naruto, I can't speak for those games. When I played Naruto, the card designers, they actually, when they did set rotation, every format was freaking balanced. Did we have a meta deck? Yes. Did we have balanced decks? Yes. Did we have decks that were more powerful than others? Yes. But did we have rogue decks? Yes. And guess what? If you were skillful, you could compete. So, with all that being said, man, I think I got my point across. I know this is going to be a video a lot of you guys disagree with. Some of you guys probably just want mulligans, but the issue ain't mulligans. The issue is the fact that Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a card game inherently designed to be toxic. And the reason being is because At a certain point, Yu-Gi-Oh hit a tipping point where everything was just too broken. Cards were just too good for their own good. And the only way Konami could sell new product is by pumping out stronger cards that makes it worth us players to invest into, so that way we can play our decks and not play the old decks. And they only make money when we play the new stuff, not the old stuff. They're a business at the end of the day. So if they're gonna do that anyway and get to the point where we have freaking Solemn Judgment in hand trap mode, why not? And I hope a Konami rep sees this. Try it out. Give us a YCS or something. Maybe you guys, I really want you guys to comment on this video. I really want you guys to give me your honest thoughts and opinions about this. Try out set rotation, ban everything, start from freaking scratch with a core set. Now this is the only way it'll work. Okay, you don't want people's investments just to blow up and they become worthless. Obviously you probably have to do this next year. Probably won't be able to do it this year. Probably have to be done next year, or have a ban list and say, hey, we're gonna have alternate formats and etc. or something, right? Because right now we can't do it in the middle of the year. It would have been better. This is something you do at the start of the format. They would have to have it set up where, okay, we're gonna do it this way. We're gonna do set rotation, and this is the core set. Now the core set, give people their favorites. Give Blackwing players their Blackwings. Don't give them everything, but give them enough stuff to where you, after the R&D department tested everything out, they go, okay, Blackwings is not OP in our new format that we're designing. Give it the hero players. Give us all something, so that way when we get to the new core set, whatever that is, we're gonna play the new decks and go from there anyway. Now, people might say, hey Chris, that's a dumb idea. And I get it. A lot of people like to play their decks that they've been playing since they were 12 years old. I get it. But most competitive people who go to events, they play the best decks, they play the new cards. They don't have an emotional attachment to older archetypes like that. Now, is it cool every once in a while when people see people like Jesse Cotton, the guy, I can't think of his name right now, Joshua Smith, throw a deck like Crystal Beast together with some modern cards like the Snake Eyes stuff and do decent at an event? That's freaking awesome. I love seeing stuff like that. However, that's not gonna happen all the time. And I guarantee you, if we had set rotation, there'll be a lot more people topping than just the standard people, because people will have more incentive to actually play, because the game will be more balanced. There's more strategy involved if they design it right. That's the key word, if they design it right. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like I said, mulligans, I mean, it's just, Yu-Gi-Oh's too broken for that. If Yu-Gi-Oh did mulligans, it'd have to be with a whole completely different game design. But yeah, man, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Like the video if you're new here. If you want to subscribe for more, subscribe for mother effing more. We're almost at 22K subs, man. So keep on hitting that subscribe button, and I'm gonna catch you guys in the next one. Peace.